We are officially on sack watch. Erik Ten Hag on the hot seat after the draw 0-0 away at Aston Villa. The bookies have him odds-on favorite to be sacked next in the Premier League. There's a crisis meeting Tuesday between the club's hierarchy. There's lots of rumors flying, lots of different sources. ESPN saying his job is not on the line. Time Sports saying he is still under pressure. Future is up for discussion at a meeting in London on Tuesday. Lots of different rumors. Hurricane heating up here off the coast. Sack watch.
Sack lunch. Time to eat that lunch. Time to eat that Dutch sandwich. No, this is the time to move. What are you waiting for? It's Tuesday, decision day at INEOS. I hope they're down in Monaco having a good time out of Manchester. But easily, this is the move to do. It's about time. They got to get rid of Ten Hag. Odds-on favorites for a reason. 1.5 times your money. That's it for the Manchester United manager to get fired at the beginning of October. Can you believe it? I think they got to do it, sir. We got a lot of season left. There is talent in this squad. They're all underperforming. They're not responding to the manager. You can't fire 11 players, let alone 25 or however many need to get fired. But you can fire the manager. You have an astute, replacement in Ruud that has had success in the Dutch league. Hey, that's as much as success as Erik Ten Hag has had before he joined Manchester United. So make the switch. We could still move the table. We could still be frisky in Europe. I think you got to do it.
If Erik Ten Hag is sacked, and I know Ruud has been discussed as an interim on socials, and that is the rumor he would come in and kind of steer the ship. Who would you want as permanent manager? Who is out there? There are names: Nagelsmann, Tuchel, Southgate, Potter. No, you don't like those names. They're out there. Who would you bring in at Manchester United?
I mean, I don't dislike all of those names. I think there is something to be said about, next guy up, seeing who gives it a go. I would give Ruud a couple months, knowing that, of the list that you listed, my number one choice by far is Tuchel. He's managed a lot of big clubs. He's won Champions Leagues before. He has the gravitas necessary. He knows the EPL. He's had success in the EPL before. And he has the gravitas necessary to kind of motivate the players in a way that I think let Erik Ten Hag down. The guy has no charisma. The guy, I don't think, commands the level of respect you need at a United in general, just because we're always going to have star-studded players who have a tendency to be slightly overpaid. He gets that. Coached at PSG, coached at Chelsea.
Bayern.
It's he gets it. He's a hard-nosed guy, and you know what? He'll find out if all these players are bluffers because he's going to run them into the ground. That's kind of his MO. He works them hard.
He's a crazy man. He looks good wearing Adidas. Looks good in red. He had reverence for Old Trafford when he came.
They all do.
He came to Old Trafford, said very nice things. I think he was thinking in the future, maybe one day. It could be written in the stars. He is out there, although INEOS talked to him last summer, didn't come to a deal. I think he is a difficult manager, but I think we are overcomplicating it right now as Manchester United fans. He's a Mourinho character. He'll come in short fuse. He'll blow up in 24 months.
2 years. You get 2 years out of him.
Exactly. But right now, that's what we need. We're in transition. We have a lot of young players. We need a serious coach who can handle the press, handle the job, and then get a tune out of these bluffers. Because at the end of the day, what we're seeing is the squad underperforming as a whole. Tuchel will take that risk off the table. And then INEOS can work their magic and find the manager for the long term, whoever that might be over the next 2 years. I just feel like INEOS needs a little bit of a shield from all the drama that's going on with Ten Hag, and I think it's the correct time to make a change. Why is it the correct time to make a change? Fixtures. We have 2 weeks right now. It is time to go. The season, we're in 14th in the league. We're in 21st in the Europa League table, and amazingly that we're not out of it. But the teams that we're next to are atrociously bad.
More games. We need more games.
United are not on it. And if you can get the manager out and get someone in to get a spark here, whether it's Ruud or whether it's a Tommy T, now is the time because we can make top four. We can go on a run. We can win Europa League. I feel like if INEOS doesn't make the move, that is what is riskier. Finishing ninth, not going far in Europa League, losing more money. Then we have FFP, and then we're going to have more headwinds when it comes to all of those fun things in the transfer market. And I think right now we just got to keep it simple, get a manager who's done before, bring him in.
And that's the safest, honestly, the least risky move is Tuchel. It's like, it's very defensible for INEOS. They could easily be like, hey, we got the best guy on the market right now. And you know what? We didn't feel that way in the summer. We wanted to give Erik Ten Hag another shot at it. We did. It didn't work out. No hard feelings. But Tuchel is defensible because he has the pedigree. Nagelsmann as well, I think you could argue, has the pedigree. Certainly isn't, used to the EPL. I think that's why Tuchel is such a good move. And then don't even get me started on the other two, the Potter and Southgate. That's just like, Jesus, that would be pain. Pain. But I think either way, it's like, it's defensible. It gives them shield cover. The press would give a fresh start, right? The press knows Tuchel. I just think it's a very smart move. I think also Rude would give you a lot of clear the air element because the fans always give an ex-player more leeway than an awkward Dutch guy. They're both Dutch. One's a little less awkward. So got to make the move. I think either one they can't lose because this one's just about salvaging the season. And, let's get back on the top half of it to start.
Yeah, but the other side of the coin is INEOS backed Ten Hag. INEOS spent another $200 million, and they were nice about it. I did like how they kind of gave him his guys in the transfer market that they obviously aligned with their vision for Manchester United going forward. And are you throwing that investment out with the bathwater when you fire Ten Hag? And are they willing to eat that L? Because that's quite a bit of cash that they dropped. And, they said they back him. It's regardless, they got to come out with something during international break. Say he's the manager or he's not. But they've already backed him publicly after Liverpool 3-0. They got to do it again. And then, to me, how are you feeling about INEOS maybe being stubborn like the manager and saying, we're not giving up. We spent the money. It's going to take time. We're backing the man. How would you feel as a fan if that was their view?
I have no reason to believe they're stubborn yet. I mean, it's still early October. I think even if they did it now, you could argue like some fans would say give it more time. I think a lot of the fans have turned, but like it is early in the season. But we saw it last year. It's like it's not working. The manager hasn't really changed. He's been given tools. That's why you make a change. It's like I don't think all the signings were bad. It wasn't like when he was like signing Anthony and Casemiro and him handpicking the signings.
No, but sacking him because like they did bring in Maz, Delit, like Xerxes, and then like getting rid of him is not the most ideal timing, right?
No, it's not ideal at all. We're
exactly.
We're
you're kind of giving up on the plan.
Anytime you're firing your manager in like Q1 of the year, like it hasn't gone to plan. Like shit
8
has
games
clearly
in,
not gone to plan. It's like we haven't even turned the corner yet. Hasn't even hit Halloween, and we're already firing our manager. Yeah, like shit is not going to plan. So now you got to switch it up, try something new. I think the players are youngish that they signed, so they have the profile of like working with other coaches as well. Also, like,
No, I agree with that. But you do give up something about what the squad looks like to help Ten Hag succeed. And then you're going to bring in like a Tuchel. Tuchel's not going to see it the same way Ten Hag does, right? That's just always the way it is.
But this is just part of the deal.
Yeah. And hey, look, Manchester United, never boring. We're in crisis. Early October, who would have thought? I thought maybe, we'd struggle in January or something like that when we got injuries or something. But right now we are just making it hard on ourselves. Let us know what you think INEOS should do. Drop a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if there is any news from INEOS, we will be out in front of it. Emergency pod, breaking it all down. Let's go.